When I was told everyone of all ages could try curling, I hit the ice and hit the ice.
While I was far from a natural, I felt the sport was easy to pick up and play. Today, 32 teams enter battle. Just 4 will emerge state champions. But it's not so much their mile time that's impressive, it's their shoe choice.
The Red Lodge volleyball team wants to encourage us all to buckle up. And they're using ribbons like these to do so.
We've got 32 teams and hundreds of athletes from around the nation in Metro Park continuing that drive to the title. Way easier. Right now we are in second round consolation matches. 600 athletes from across Montana enter today, led by a man who also knows that transition from European to American soccer. They now share one goal: to bring home the win for Montana. Gymnastics leaps into the spotlight at the Olympics in Rio. Well, obviously I had to try out the hoop mobile myself. It's a busy basketball weekend and it tips off tonight with some live local action.
It's peanut butter jelly time.
I'm gonna enjoy a PB&J on this PB&J day, and then I'm gonna have your local sports coming up after the break. Now it's time to take a look at which championship clips made the cut for this week's Super 8 Plays of the Week. Rams head coach Kylie writes, and Kylie, it's a family affair leading Central Volleyball this year. You guys stuttered a little bit in the second part of the season. How did you guys turn that around to seal this ticket to the championships? But let's talk about this 8 seed. They knocked off the number 1. They were up against Shawnee State in the first round.
I want everybody to know I'm not standing in a hole. She's a 6-footer. She's 6'3", and so just for this, I broke out the wooden stool, and now we're equal.
So the question is, can the Lady Grizz pull the Cats' hot streak? Well, stick around to find out, because Montana hosting Montana State women's basketball tips off next. How about Junkermeyer to the right? Gets the hoop and the harm. Possible 3-point play, so Junkermeyer could tie this game up with under a minute to play. Since the two programs first met in 1905, Montana has never led Montana State in the all-time series, so Grizz looking for a win to make history tonight. We're talking about a close battle to the buzzer, and both teams know that this one could go either way, and both teams are actually leaning on some younger players. West typically relies a little more on that shooting and the guard game because they lack height, whereas Senior kind of brings a little more of that inside post presence. Crosstown court battle. We've got Billings Senior at Skyview in this one, and Dan, Senior 6-0 in conference heading into this. They're going to dump it inside to Montshell, and there we go. It's good for the and one. Set point, 24-20, and it's Reagan Steiner on the line for the Bronx. Goligoski's shot bounces off the rim, but J.C. Henderson is there for the putback. Lady Grizz take the lead. Quarterback Nathan Dick trying to find a teammate, finds the wrong one. There's CMR's Chase Lynn with the interception, and look at him hit the ground running. He throws one to the end zone, but it's intercepted by Bismarck Century's Zach Sweep. North Dakota defense showing strong here. Hayes hanging on long enough to take the top spot in round 2 with 89.5. Tyler Gearcheck leaps over the line in 15-34. More Skyview defense in the fourth. Jasmine Hill hits to short. Reagan Harper throws out the runner at the plate, but the throw back to third isn't quick enough. And Miles Gordon again here. This time he finds a gap in right field, and that's going to bring in another run for the home team. Well, not everyone can make it home for the holidays, so one local team wanted to bring Christmas to those spending the weekend in the hospital. Here's how the Golden Bears are sharing their spirit of giving. With a little tape and a lot of teamwork, Billings West boys basketball make the season brighter for local pediatric patients.
I think a lot of us on the team have been injured. You know, we've been in sports our whole life, and it's never fun to be in the hospital, especially over Christmas. So we just kind of wanted to do something, just help out.
After raising money through their Tips for Tots tournament,
the basketball team was a big part of it. We had like 49 teams at the Tips tournament. We raised close to $1,000.
The Bears boys bought gifts from patients' wish list.
The kids all pretty much wrote down like 3 of the things they wanted, and we kind of did our best to pick at least one of them out.
They then made a special holiday delivery to Billings Clinic.
I'm sure they were a little nervous when like 15 of us walked in there, but the girl that got the teddy bear especially was like speechless. She was pretty happy.
Isn't that what you asked for?
like it? Yeah. There you go.
Grateful, excited, amazed that we've got this wonderful group of young men who are wanting to do something and give back to the community.
Jade and I have the West High boys basketball team here. They brought you a gift.
Everybody. Merry Christmas, buddy.
I hope it makes them really happy. I hope it just warms their heart and warms our heart, you know.
With every cent and sentiment, the boys bond over a special cause and true spirit of Christmas.
Just a great feeling, you know, seeing all these little kids with smiles on their face. It's awesome.
And then, I don't know, it's just kind of fun being around the big teddy bear all day too.
Merry Christmas!
I've been wanting to do it for God knows how long.
Kenna Hazen dreams of riding in rodeos.
I got the chance to, and I took it without telling my parents, and then I told them that I signed up.
But it's not the horses or barrels that piqued this 16-year-old's interest. It's these guys.
I do want to get in the NFR, and I do want to go to the PBR.
PBR, professional bull riders. But for Kenna, getting onto the backs of these beasts might be even harder than staying on.
There's more than a few that have told me that I'm not allowed to ride just because I'm a girl. What's the difference between me riding and one of the guys riding, me getting hurt and one of the guys getting hurt? High schools want kids to follow their dreams. But how come when I want to follow my dream, I can't because they're the people keeping me from it?
High school organizers are using a rule put in place to protect women's opportunities to limit Kenna's.
The Montana High School Rodeo Association has to follow the Title IX that says you got to have equal number of sports for boys and for girls. And if we open it up to the girls could ride bulls, and boys would want to start barrel racing or goat tying, and so I'm not sure that they're ready to open that door yet.
So Kenna travels hundreds to thousands of miles just for a chance to get on a bull.
You think that Montana being like a well-known rodeo state, you think they would allow more girls to ride, more opportunities to ride.
World champion bull rider Johnny Jonkowski knows the struggle.
There was no place to practice in Billings here, zero, so it took a lot of travel. I didn't want any money, I just wanted to get on some stuff.
Now, Jonkowski is working with Kenna and the upcoming generation of cowgirls trying to ride rough stock.
They got to be physically ready for the challenge, they got to be emotionally ready for the challenge, and they got to be talented. Meaning you got to put your hours in, you got to put your dues in.
All for a chance to hang on for 8 seconds. And Kenna says all that time is worth it when they open the gate.
It feels great because I know there's a lot of people that do look up to me and that do support me for it. And I'm hoping to do a lot better in Cody this year than I did last year and not get hurt. And I'm hoping to do more rodeos that I could get my name out there, I'd say, but just something bigger rodeos. Go, go,
go! In Billings, Melinda Lee.
Live from the Fasteners Sports Studio, SWX on Color 8 starts right now.
Hey there, friends, and thanks for checking in with me and your athletes in action. We've got your Preakness winner coming up, but first, who's looking ready for Montana state title glory? We've got day 2 of the Eastern AA Track Divisional at West High. Top qualifiers moving on to state next week in Missoula. Girls 100-meter hurdles here. It's Billings West Michaela Johnson in first with a time of 14:86. How about the boys 110-meter hurdles now? Billings seniors Gabe Solser, no surprise there, 14:48 for him. And in the girls 100-meter dash, we're going to see Billings West in the lead. First is Brooke Indy. She's going to cross at 12:45, followed by teammate Maddie Brockle close behind at 12:50. In the boys 100-meter dash, it's more Solser. He's going to cross the line in 11 flat to win this one for the Bronx. And the fastest 400-meter dasher, who else? Christina Aragon, 57:12 for her and the Billings senior team. Billings boys 400-meter dash here. It's Billings seniors Tyler McQueen. Crosses at 48:99, and Bozeman is going to own the 1600 meter for both women and men. Here's Chase Equal finishing the mile in 4:22.68. 1600 meter relay is next. Christina Aragon is anchor leg for senior in the girls 4x4, and she's going to finish first for the team in a time of 4:01. The very last event of the day was the boys 4x4. Here's a look at that final track event, and this one's going to go to Billings West. Check out the final stretch. Simon Petch is It's going to cross the line for a team time of 3:27. Here's a look at your team scores from today. On the boys' side, it's Senior with 144, followed by West and then Bozeman. And on the women's side, we also see Billings West sitting in second, Bozeman leading all in that one, and CMR in third with Senior in fourth with 55. How about we head out now to Laurel, where the Eastern A divisional track meet going down. It's a combination of both the Eastern A and Central A. Boys 800-meter relay here, close on the stretch, but we're going to see Laurel pull this one out on the legs of Jared Craig. He stretches across 44.07 for the Locos, that team time there. Next up, we're going to have the girls 800-meter relay, and as we see this final stretch here, it's Mariah Whitman, anchor leg for Billings Central. She's going to pull across in that final stretch and take first for the Rams with a winning time of 51.44, reminding us why she was one of our Midland Roundtable top 10 this year. And the boys 100-meter hurdles next, it's Fergus Hayden Collins in first. We saw a lot of him in trials yesterday too. Here he's crossing the line at 15:64. And this next one is not the same highlight, but it is more Hayden Collins for Fergus. Here he wins the boys 300-meter hurdles as well in a time of 41:20. Girls 100-meter hurdles is next. Also more Fergus action here. It's Marissa James in front. She goes over and out for a winning time of 16:34. And in the girls 300-meter hurdles, leading that one, there's Belgrade's Pippi Idle in front. She's got a little bit of a cozier lead on this one, and she's going to go over that last hurdle and cross the line for a winning time of 47:29. But last and certainly not least, check out Sydney pole vaulting. It's Garrison Hughes for the team, clears 15 feet, folks. Now let's take a look at your team scores. Belgrade leading the boys with 34, followed by Glendive with 26 and Laurel with 25. How about we double that Laurel score on the girls' side? Locals will lead this one, followed by Sydney and then Dawson. Thankfully, those local meets beat the severe weather in our region today, and I hope that you all did too. We take you now inside the EFX Sports Arena. Go ahead and take a look at our Billings Wolves hosting Colorado Crush for a rematch. Wolves winning the last meet by a hair, 64-61. Crush will be the first to put the points on the board in this one. There, Damian Fleming sends one to Demarius Washington in the left corner end zone to put him up 6-0 early. But Wolves are going to answer back in the same spot. Corey Murphy calling his own number, tack on an extra point, and Billings will take a 6-7 lead to start the seconds. Check out the Wolves defense. Fourth down, and they'll stop Colorado at the 1 to keep their 6-7 lead and take possession. Tack on another Murphy touchdown here, extra point to put Wolves up 17-6 with 26 seconds to play in the second quarter. And more defense is going to help the Wolves keep that 17-6 lead. Here we see a sack from Jackson. Billings will take this IFL meeting. All points coming from Murphy tonight. Final score 49-39. And that's your local sports. How about now we leave you with a look at the big one today, drawing nationalized. It's Exaggerator finally beating Nyquist to win the 2016 Preak Stakes race. Take a look.
Is coming at him in second, and then Stradivari, followed by Cherry Wine. But Exaggerator has turned the tables. He has won the Preakness Stakes. Very close for second. Nyquist and Cherry Wine were right together, and then it was loud on the outree, and the final time was 1:58.
Pimlico, where the Garland will go across the withers of Exaggerator in the colors of Big Chief Racing and Head of Plains. He's the 10th Preakness winner, sired by a Preakness winner. He's a son of Curlin, who won here in 2007.